Hello everybody, welcome to Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. Today I am doing this Jefferson's very small batch bourbon, 82.3 proof. I received this from a good friend of mine named Jeff. He bought this bourbon and he did not like it. And he's wanting me to do a review on it and give my opinion on it. If we look at it, Jefferson's very small batch. That doesn't really mean anything. Blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. What does that mean? Well, it means straight bourbon. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey means that a bourbon has to be made in Kentucky, aged in Kentucky at least 1 year, be at least 2 years old, and if it's less than 4 years old, has to have an age statement. But this doesn't say Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It says straight bourbon whiskey, meaning it can be from anywhere. Same thing applies though. It has to be at least 2 years old, and if it's less than 4 years old, it has to have an age statement. Aged. Now I don't see an age statement. I didn't see one when I looked, so we're going to assume this is at least age 4 years old, made somewhere outside of Kentucky. I like the bottle. It's got a unique shape. It's got Jefferson there, and you can see him through the glass here. They make the oceans. So when I was reading about this, it's kind of interesting. This small batch bourbon has been, and there's no rules for what small batch is. Okay, so the small batch bourbon has been aged in barrels with a very light char. That's interesting. Allowing a myriad of secondary flavors to express themselves. The result is an approachable, smooth bourbon. It's layered but easy drinking with a finish that allows the flavors to come. A light char. Well, I think if you're used to a heavier char, that's going to make a difference. This is a light char, yet I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Now, when I went on a website to do some research, because I'm interested in it, it says Jefferson very small batch is a blend of our base Jefferson's bourbon with 3 additional hand-selected straight bourbons of varying mash bills and ages. So this is 4 bourbons, 4 different mash bills, 4 different ages. Okay. Well, you know as much as I do. Nice little cork, actually. I don't know how much you're going there. It is. Picture of Jefferson's face. There it is. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, Jeff, we're going to do this for you, my friend. There it is. Kentucky Gold, even though it's not made in Kentucky. It is very grainy. It's a very grainy smell. Instead of getting the usual sweetness that I get, the maple sugar, the maple syrup, the honey, brown sugar type thing, I'm getting more of a grain, almost like I would in a scotch. Not quite. It's not a scotch. Obviously, there's no smoke or peat, but not all scotch is smoked and peat. Obviously, it's a heavy malted barley. We don't know what the mash bill, but I'll just say it's grainy. Fishy kind of smelling. It's kind of odd. So I'm getting grainy, fishy, earthy. I'll leave it there right now. Let me give me a few moments to get a proper taste of it. go in for my taste now. Alright, let me see something here. This tastes thin. It's got some good legs coming down there. Quicker than I'd like. It's a lower proof, and I would guess it's chill filtered, and some of the oil's been taken out of it by the looks, just the looks of the legs coming down. It's light, it's thin. It's not very complex. Now, I know I'm used to drinking higher proof bourbons and single barrels and stuff, but I'll give it its due for what it is. Now, it's an odd thing that it's 4 bourbons with 4 different mash bills, 4 different ages. It says light charred. I don't know if all 4 of them are lightly charred. It's got a very earthy, very barley and rye forward. I know it's got to have at least 51% corn, but I'm not getting the sweetness. I'm not getting the corn. I'm not getting the... I guess there was no toasting to the barrels, which a lot of times will bring out the sugars and the vanillins. It'll break down the wood fibers. So just a light char. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. It's just not complex. It's grainy. It doesn't have the sweetness that bourbon normally has. It doesn't have what I call the usual suspects. I'm not getting much fruit out of it. I'm not getting any chocolate, any vanilla. I'm not getting a lot of the wood. I'm not getting the honey, the maple syrup, the brown sugar type things that you get out of this a lot of times. No chocolate, no nuttiness. You know, now that I say that I am getting a little nutty, and it's developing. Maybe that's part of the problem. Still get that fish dough in there a little bit. It is getting a little better as it develops in this glass. I mean, this is never going to be one of my favorites. Now, Oceans can do some good stuff with their ocean aged, but this here, I find it too thin. It's not complex enough. It's got a watery, light mouthfeel. The flavors just aren't there. It's got an earthy, frankly, dirty type aftertaste to it, and I mean like dirt. A little too much bitterness, not enough sweetness, just not enough complexity, just not enough things to talk about. I'm gonna leave it there. From my old channel name. I keep doing that for some time. From Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. I'm not crazy about it. Tell me what your thoughts are on this one. And I will see y'all on the next one. And once again, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it, buddy.